So, we have been working on orbital notation. Yes? Very good, very good. We will get through orbital notation and introduce you to another notation today. So, you may want the periodic table. I highly recommend it. If you need a periodic table, do not worry. Mr. Hall have plenty. I printed 250 of them.
Why so many?
Because I will give those and I will have to print more before the end of the year.
I'm going to see all your copies.
You just need a whole like box.
How many did you say you
That's what
printed?
I'm getting you for Christmas.
Time tap on it. It's hard back heavy. I'll hand them out even more time. You don't get that right. So possibly 2,000 copies altogether by the end of the year. That's kind of what we already did.
Okay. So,
Mr. Hall,
yes.
I need another one.
Oh, okay. You'll come here. I'll give you this. This I do.
Hey guys, Christmas starts today.
Oh my God, it does. Oh.
Christmas started last week.
Yeah.
Well, it restarted today, so we had to take a break.
It started 10
Yeah,
months
Christmas
ago.
don't start till I have to call her.
Yeah, we won't put the tree up today.
If anybody puts a tree over my house.
My mama really
Alright, I want you to do these two orbital notations.
We need to have a huge tree for that.
Atomic number 51, antimony.
Food?
Antimony. Hey, can I stress something to you at this time? Capital S, little b. I stress to you the second letter in the chemical symbol for elements is always lowercase. Along with this, just so we can make sure you have an idea of what you're doing, also give me the orbital notation for atomic number 79. Gold.
Who?
Gold.
Oh. Oh.
Do this. Do it now. You may work together. You were all very quiet.
No, I kind of want to do it. Up here. I know where you want to go.
You're talking about Elijah, I know. I didn't mark these down there, but
I bet you Jed when you have to grade all these.
I will say this, the quiz I have right now for you guys, I'm probably going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, give as much points as possible can. And the one that would take me the longest to grade off the top of my head, probably the next one coming up.
Of this stuff. No one's quite sure about the crop.
oh no, it's all the different notations.
We do have live this Friday, right?
Please.
I'm just making sure. This one right here said we had to go.
You have chemistry lab Friday.
What we do
I'm thinking about bringing something back.
Oh, please bring back. We're doing necromancy?
What?
He said we don't necromancy. Right. Bringing people back from the dead, man.
I forgot what the name was.
Whenever you write it down.
You put 3 underscores. You label it in the mid.
3 of them.
Yep. People not get 3.
That's your limit. Hold on.
S is 1. P is 3. D is 5. F is 7.
I have to be. Just be. I keep learning.
You need to put it up. You put that in the middle one. Right here, it says, yeah, it's good with the people. So it says one X, one, 50, or people, 3 underscores. And the middle one, 5 underscores, and the F box is 7. And then you drop them around the ground, and then write it in the middle of one column. And then say, for this one, I do not understand the way at all. Because it's completely fake. And then it's like, electrons, and then, so for people like you get 5 or 3. And there's 1. And then it's like, yeah, that's where it was. Yeah. And then down
Mr. Hall, how about those grades on those methodology quiz?
We're on them too.
Take your time. No hurry for those.
Yeah. I don't want to hear y'all cry.
That's what you like to do at the end. I mean, you just have to remember how
I'm hearing vocab today.
each block is.
I'm hearing notes today.
Vocab?
I think if you mention anything about vocab one more time, that class is gonna come in with torches and pitchforks.
I really don't understand
I
why
love
either.
vocab.
Please explain why.
I think vocab is definitely gonna be better than notes.
They literally get so mad
They
at you when
do.
you ask for vocab.
Oh,
And it's like
God,
easy
that's 30
points.
It really is, I would kill for that. Especially in a class I don't have a great grade in.
Yeah, I don't have a hard grade either. So that's why I want vocab. But then I get chewed out by the whole nation for it.
It's all good. I'm still figuring that class out, to be honest.
It's okay, vocab everything can hurt.
Oh, no, I ain't doing that. We gotta talk about the cell.
Give me the color.
No, I don't think so.
What?
It's really color.
What are you talking about?
Sale.
What about? So confused.
Colors, man, colors.
Oh,
The joke I cracked that I don't get about, like, okay, you're in high school, you're in an AP biology class, I give you a diagram of parts of the cell, and I tell you to color in the different parts.
Please.
What are you gonna learn from that?
How to color it is.
You're gonna learn nothing. You're just gonna feel good about yourself because you sat in class doing nothing but coloring.
Yeah, but Albert Einstein said, if you feel good about yourself, that's okay.
When did Albert Einstein say that?
On his deathbed. The last he had his last words, but nobody could understand him because he was speaking in German, and at the time the person wasn't, his nurse couldn't speak German. That's what he actually said. Austrian, German, same thing.
Not why.
He spoke German though. Thank you.
Why did Albert Einstein flee the country he was in?
Because of the Soviet Union.
No, because of the Nazis.
Oh, he wasn't.
He was Jewish.
Oh.
So he left and came to the United States.
Well, he'd probably hurt me if he heard me say that. Man. If he didn't do too much. Poor Albert Einstein. Smart man, smart man.
He was a very smart man.
Now for his photoelectric effect.
If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the atomic bomb.
What are you doing?
Doing it. What are you doing?
No, what was that swapping you were doing?
There were green marks on the board.
I didn't see.
It's taking forever because I have to write something. And I gotta look back and I gotta make sure I didn't write the wrong thing.
Yeah, me too.
It's not that hard. It's just typing.
So what does this show?
Where the electrons are.
Where's Andy? First day I meant to, second day I really didn't mean to.
Think about the kids that miss, and I'm not on the same thing. So they come in the next day, and they think nothing about it, because they're like, well, I didn't miss anything. But actually they really did.
Then we have to be here 8th period, miss a history class, to learn how to do it.
Okay. On the board, I have the orbital notation for antimony and gold.
Oh, I'm almost there. Almost there.
You okay?
Draw my little arrow.
The big parts is to make sure you got, I'll circle here in red.
Why are those so important?
Because that's where the change is. Everybody falls into this pattern. 1S, 2S, 2P, 3S, 3P, 4S. So you want 4S, people want to go 4D, 4P, but it's not. It's 4S, 3D, 4P. This matters. And it's practically the same thing up here. I'm circling. This is where I see kids make the mistakes. And the big one that I see kids make a mistake at, even though I'm stressing it in class right now, is right here. The reason I see the mistake there is they do not follow Hund's rule. What does Hund's rule state? They all get one electron before they get to see. Hold on, somebody write that down on a piece of paper with my name so I can send it to Miss Hall about my vocabulary.
Nice.
I see kids do this. Even though I'm stressing this to you, and I've stressed this, I don't know how many times. I've stressed it so much, you're going to walk out of this room and say, my God, if he stresses Hund's rule to me one more time, I'm going to throw my pencil at his head.
Because they were all missed on the test, so then you use the laugh at it.
I do not laugh. I cry. That's what I do.
Sympathize.
I
I
cried.
cry. I'm like, I had a professor in college that he looked at us and said, you need to ask yourself on every question, am I trying to trick you? The answer is yes, I'm trying to trick you. If you did this, you are wrong. You have to follow Hund's rule. Each orbital will get one electron. That is what the proper way should look like. Yes?
How do you know which ones only get one arrow?
Whenever, this is how I like to do it. This is why you make the note. So like I have my notes here of where I stop at. So I know 5P I stop at. I fill every one until I get to the 5p. Then I got 1, 2, 3. Then I look at how many electrons I have to show. So how far in I went. I'm 3 in. Because if you look, indium, tin, antimony. 1, 2, 3. You have to show 3 electrons. So 1, 2, 3, stop. You put however far you went in. It's the same thing here with the 5D. We have 9 electrons to show. So you have those sitting in there. It is very, very important that you get this. Any other questions? That's a really good question.
You don't think of a Hyundai. Those roll like a Hyundai. You drive one place all the way, then you just go back. That made no sense at all.
Hey, whatever works in your brain.
What if you don't have enough to put an arrow in each line?
So like there's an empty one?
Yeah.
Okay, you leave it. Now how have you asked that? Hey, let me stress you, she asked a good question. What if you ended up with something like this?
So that would be.
You only had 2 electrons.
So that would be 10.
That's 10. Do you leave the blank or erase it? Why do you leave it?
Because we gotta show it there.
It's part of that orbital. You have to represent it. If you do not put that blank, I will take off. Yes?
I feel done asking, but where did the little 3 and the 9 come from? Like, I still don't understand where they're getting this.
Oh, that's such a good question. You're leading me. Yeah, cool. How about you want to feed you?
Yeah, okay.
The simple question, well, the simple answer is here. So you look on the periodic table.
That's the Hyundai.
So look at antimony, which is here. Right there is where the P and the D block split. So then I look how far in is antimony. So indium's 1, tin's 2, antimony's 3. So it's 3 in, so 3 electrons. Then go to gold. So gold's here. Right here is where the D block starts. So we're going to count till we get to gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So gold is 9, which is why there's
I
9
thought you
electrons.
started from the 9 in, like, all the way up the way. I didn't know you started from the ball.
Yep. Very good questions. All right. So you guys remember in math class, in algebra, when it's like we're gonna learn how to solve systems of equations,
Yeah.
and they start you with graphing,
Yeah.
and it takes you like forever. And then you look and say, okay, class, today we're gonna learn how to solve systems of equations. You're like, yeah, we know, we graph them. No, there's another method. And then they do what?
Matrices.
Okay, yeah, sure. How much faster is that?
A whole lot faster.
You just punch in the
So then what do you end up doing? You end up,
Punching it in the calculator.
and then you end up looking and going, why did we graph? Why? Hey, it's just me.
No, that was very accurate.
That was. Graphs are useless.
They really are.
They really are.
Unless you're using like a scatter plot trying to show data.
That's still useless.
All right.
Even then, you just write down your numbers and do your medium, mode range.
So I'm going to leave the orbital notation up here because everything is based off of the last one. So we're going to base it off orbital notation. This is the second type of electron configuration. The second type is actually called electron configuration. Let's define this. Somebody write that down for me. So electron configuration, it will follow the same 3 rules. Rules with a Z, just because it feels cool. That orbital notation followed. I did it on purpose, okay? Sorry for the grammar Nazis in the room. Alright? So,
This has to step into greatness for a minute.
well, now that you've stepped in, there is greatness here.
You know that Veterans Day parade thing, they want patriotic banners. Do you think maybe one of your groups could do one at the end?
I can ask them. The thing is, I'll be in Maine. I wouldn't actually be here on that day.
Do you check with them? And, I could go be and watch it.
I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Very well. Alright, so it's going to follow the same 3 rules that orbital notation followed. So those same 3 rules we covered are the ones that are still going to apply to every one of them. In other words, this is saying fill order.
Can you repeat everything?
Can we
Not
follow
change.
the same 3 rules that orbital notation?
Yeah,
Fill order.
Yeah, what's
Grammar does not matter.
He thought she was coming here to ask about where he put that.
Units matter, grammar does not.
I gotta be honest, I thought she was too.
I did too. I said, oh
His
no. I
face turned
said, well
red.
look, you can say we're doing it right now.
I was like, oh, snap.
Steal Miss Goodman's idea and say that you had it first.
What's she gonna do? She ain't here.
Oh, she's here.
Oh, is she finally back?
Yeah, she's
Oh
back.
no, that ain't good.
No, she better not.
I got assignments to turn in.
Alright, follow the same 3 rules that orbital notation did. Fill order does not change. So, you're going to flow with everything the same way we have. But something changes. Here's your change.
Not the fill order.
No more underscores and arrows.
That's pretty terrible, Cliff.
Thank you. I tried. We're no longer using the underscores and the arrows. We're going to replace them.
What are we replacing them with?
We take the energy level, for those of you who don't remember what the energy level is, that is the number
The circles.
with the block. For those of you who don't remember what that is, S, P, D, or F. And place the number of electrons as an exponent. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, they're not actually exponents. I just used that terminology to teach you the vocabulary in chemistry.
It's the notation part of it. That's why Aiden's on
Okay. So,
The power of.
it.
here's what we're going to do. This is an orbital notation. We are now going to do an electron configuration.
5 piece cube.
That's
We're we're going to do the electron configuration of antimony. Atomic number 51. Here's the cool thing. Everything changes now. Everything becomes a lot more simple. So, do you get the whole flow of how we go through? I went through the 1s. I went through the 2s. Went all the way through 2p. I went all the way through 3s. Went all the way through 3p. Everybody get that? You're still doing the same thing. How many columns are there in the S block?
1, 2, 3, 4, 7. 7. From the cold. 2.
Columns.
2.
Up and down.
2. Thank you. Dos. Okay, 2.
You said cold Yolanda.
2 electrons. So if you go all the way through the S, you get 2 electrons in it. What about for a P? How many columns?
1, 4, 13 to 18.
6. 6.
I'm sorry. Wait, I'll go ahead and count the D to be ready.
How about the D? 10.
Oh.
F. 14.
He cheated.
So that's how many electrons are in there. So this is what we do. You asked a perfect question, Emily. Bravo.
I have more math skills.
You asked. Up here. What is up with this? My 5p3. Why is there a 3? It tells me where I stop at. This is my note. Because now I know everything until I get there is full. So this is what it is. 1s2. 2s2. I'm no longer doing arrows. This stays the same. 1s. But now the underscore and the arrows are gone, and now we have numbers here. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. I keep going until I get to my stopping point. So the 5p. So 4s2, don't forget 3d, 3d10. You tell me the next one.
4p6.
4p6,
5s2.
5s2,
4d10.
4d10,
And 5p3.
and 5p3. How did you know 5p3 though? Why is there a 3 and not a 6?
Over
That's
there.
not good. Yeah, it's not full.
That's
You
where we
told
stopped.
us.
Where we stopped. We went 3 in. So, you remember how Mr. Hall looked at you and told you, how long did it take you to do this?
Long time.
How long did it take to do this?
Long time. Not
Why in God's green earth did we ever do this?
Because you have to know how to do the other.
it helps you do the other.
Yeah.
You actually need to be able to do this because we're actually going to use it next. In the next step we are. So, for the fun of it, let's have some fun.
I love fun.
Tito. Yes?
How did you get the
What we're doing in trigger house, so that.
On the D?
It's 10 spaces on the D
Oh,
block.
wait, hold on. Not
Oh,
we're doing all of that.
there's 10 of them.
Yeah.
There's 10 columns. You go all the way
So if
through.
it was like, if it had 7 spaces, so it'd be 14.
All right. Here we go. For the fun of it. Give me the electron configuration of atomic number 92. Uranium.
Hey. That's why whenever you said fun, I said it's a SpongeBob version or Plankton's version.
And it's for anywhere, anytime at all. So it was for fires and birds in the whole town.
You for uranium. Give us no survivors.
And S is for what?
Question is, between me and Miss Cole, who's SpongeBob, who's Plankton?
I don't get it.
Depends which class.
Depends on what's going on, I guess.
Dalton would say biology is if it's for fire.
Oh my god,
Yes.
I'd say you're Plankton because you can mix the crazy stuff that. And you're always talking to your
No,
wife.
Miss Cole, she probably's like a secret, like, it's coming to me. Hold on.
Secret?
A secret chemist, like she actually does it at home. She just doesn't tell nobody.
That'd be so funny. Imagine like she just had a whole lab.
Yeah. She has this of one for like ACT studying books and it opens up a whole lab in her room.
Somebody told me that Miss
She's
Cole
on
can
secret
do
business.
everything on the ACT and SAT, like study stuff, except for the science. And I'm like floored. I'm like,
No,
what?
no, she can do the science. She said that this is graphs mix her up a little bit. I said, don't read the prompt. She said, okay.
Yeah, you just gotta read
She
the
said,
chart.
she's good then.
I'm convinced Miss Cole can like teach anything.
She said that she
Kindly
she
ready to the
said
office.
when she went to school, she said there was a big debate on what she wanted to teach because she could do it all.
And math was the most fun. So she just had to.
She loves English, loves reading.
I knew Miss Cole wasn't perfect. Math being the most fun. She and son had a chemistry class. Am I right?
Yeah.
I don't know, Miss Jerome, maybe she had it and then she chose life.
Class is so much easier than hanging biology.
Remember nomenclature.
Exactly.
I'm no Cleo. I meant the condensation, I forgot. Condensation.
All right.
Please don't say
Check
that,
yourself
sir.
there. Mike,
Not
make
done
sure you
yet.
got yourself a proper electron configuration of uranium.
Okay,
All right?
done yet.
Okay, Gordon, read.
I'm not done.
Take your moment then.
I'm not completing the task at hand, sir. I'm still completing the
You're taking forever!
Oh no, but
It's wrong!
oh no.
Yes, Alice.
No, it's electron configuration. Oh no. You did it
No,
wrong.
uranium goes 1, 2, 3, 4 into the reactor. Remember, you need to go all the way through. What part?
I don't have that.
At the very end of it.
Okay.
Mr. Hall, what have you done?
Yep.
It's the trade school bell.
Really? Did we go to trade school?
No, I don't go to trade school. I'm sorry to do academic suicide.
If it was.
Bro, I sound like a pop.
Oh, went through.
Sugar.
You got 2 minutes.
I'm not doing it.
Okay. What's that? 5 days.
Maybe it's condensation. The condensation. Oh no! Our table is broken. Apple bottom jeans, with the fur. Got the hose up, looking at her. She's in there.
Bro, people really love
Hey, listen to me. Listen to me. I want to tell you this, just so you don't go off. All these kids are coming early. I could really care less. Hey, I just don't want you to go off to college and then people make fun of you and be like, oh, you're dumb. You're not such a dumb, stupid hillbilly. Happened multiple times to me. Whenever you're reading these, it's not 1s squared, 2s squared, 2p to the 6. It's, you just say the number. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, Okay? So you're not actually reading them as exponents. Now, if you're doing that in here, I don't care. As long as you can do this properly. We'll deal with the whole terminology thing when you get to college. Alright? What? No, that was like a jacked up belly. What, boy? Have a great, wonderful day. I see you tomorrow where we will continue the configurations.
Can I come in first?